Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a chatty get ready with me where it's kind of going to be all over the place. Okay, so we're going to use everything that is currently in my deck of panning rotation so that I can get another use out of it, kind of show you how I'm using them. I'm not going to really talk through a lot of those details because I do talk about them in those project pan updates, which if you want to see, I will have linked above as well as below. We're also hopefully going to use something from my Project Level Up palette that is currently in, which is still the 18 Hit Wonders palette from e.l.f. We're going to touch on that for a moment, and I'm going to show you a little behind the scenes of how I track all of the usage of all of that. So you're going to get a look into that. And then we're also going to talk about all the blushes that have been releasing. Which ones I want, which ones I don't want, which ones I might actually get if I'm getting any. So we're kind of going to talk about a lot of things, and there might be a little bit of rambling in between here and there, but we're going to try not to make it too long of one, but fair warning, this is a chatty get ready with me. So if that sounds like it's something you want to see, let's jump right in. So today's video is kind of all over the place because I came up with this kind of in the last couple days on my schedule, because I do schedule out my videos and plan them out a bit. I actually had a different video planned. It was to do the Level Up Project Pan update, but unfortunately I am not quite ready for that one just yet because I haven't hit my goals just yet. I need another, at least a couple days. So that's partly why we're going to try to use at least one of those shades today. So I'm actually going to start with what I believe is being called underpainting. And it is where you put your bronzing or like your bronzer, your blush, and your highlight under like first, and then you put foundation. And then if you need more, you put a little bit more. And it has been said to help keep your look a lot longer. Now, I have been trying this a few times and I have enjoyed it, but I haven't really had a chance to use it for a long time. So today's is actually going to be the longest that I'll be able to wear it. So hopefully that'll give me an idea of if it is actually worth the time to do. So I'm just going to be using most of the things that are in my current project. So for the bronzing stuff, it's going to be the iconic London bronzer in light bronze. Huge product. For highlight, it's going to be the Ofra Cosmetics highlighter in Star Island. Beautiful product. Now for blush, I don't have a blush currently in my project, so I'm actually going to bring in the Essence Baby Got blush in the shade 20 Peaches and Cream. I've only been able to use this once, which was in my video where I do a full face of Essence Cosmetics. If you would like to see that, that'll also be linked above and below. I want to play around with this a little bit more because I do enjoy it. Now, mixing the powders and the creams are not something I have much experience with, so it might not work out all that great. And honestly, I'm not sure if I've seen the underpainting with the cream products. I think I have. It should be fine. But that's what I'm going to put on my face. Let me get to my notes. So I have notes in front of me, notes on my paper. We just have notes everywhere, okay? So you guys saw me spray my face with that spray back there. Hopefully you can see it. I didn't really tell you what it was, but it's from Clean Skin Club Pineapple Glow Mist with hyaluronic acid and peptide antioxidants. Kind of getting some redness here, and I'm wondering if it's got an issue with my face. I've used this before and I don't remember having any issue, so it could be just mixing with my, with the face lotion that I put on earlier, but I don't know why that would do that because it's been a few hours since I put that on. So just something I'm going to notate. I'm getting a lot of redness there. Mostly on this side, not as much on this side. So hopefully it kind of calms down a little bit. All right, all of these blushes. Has anybody noticed how many blushes are being announced to be released like immediately? Like some have already been released, some are being announced to be released within like the next week or so. It's kind of crazy to me how many there are, because didn't we have a lot of blushes released last year? I know that there was talk about, well, maybe blushes won't be the thing this year. Nope. Apparently blushes are the top thing this year because holy moly, there's a lot of them. So I'm just going to talk about a few of the ones that I've seen. A lot of these I have seen posted on the Trend Mood Instagram page. If you want to check out that page, she keeps you up to date on a lot of different releases. I'm going to say I think it's a she because I'm not positive I've ever actually looked into who owns that page. I'm pretty sure it's a she. If it's not, please correct me, and I will probably go check out after this video to make sure I know what I'm talking about. But anyway, Trend Mood on Instagram. Whoever owns that page is always posting great releases. And so I'm going to go through, I'm going to have a lot of pictures. Most of them will have either been, like I took them from, I pulled a lot of pictures from from that Instagram, but most of the pictures are also on the company's Instagrams or Facebook pages or the websites. But in case it's not, you'll notice that I did not take these pictures. Okay, so the first one we're going to talk about is Bare Minerals. Bare Minerals is coming out with another 2 shades of their bronzers, which are supposed to be a blush bronzer combination. I've seen the previous 3 shades, and honestly, the previous 3 shades look better to me than the new 2 shades, but that's for my preference in colors. So maybe it makes sense that they would release 2 new colors to give more variety. But the 2 new ones so far I've only seen available on CVS. I don't know if they're going to stay as just for CVS purchases, but they are Kiss of Spice and Kiss of Mauve. Now, the other 3 shades are Kiss of Pink, Kiss of Copper, and Kiss of Rose. Now, if I was to pick up any of these, which I will be honest, I am kind of intrigued, I would pick up the Kiss of Copper because that is just along the shades that I prefer. But will I actually do it? I'm not entirely sure. The formula itself looks cool. The idea of a combination product sounds kind of fun, but I don't know that I would actually use it as that. So is it worth it to me? I don't know. I'm going to have to get back to you on that one. But that is, the Kiss of Copper would be one that I would try if I was going to try one of these. And those are going for, I think, around $34. It might be a little bit more for the newer ones that are on CVS, because I do think that they're coming with a brush, like a blush brush. But I'm not positive. So I think around $34 is what you can expect to see from that. Then we're going to go into some really high-end stuff, and it is the Gucci blushes. These are the Luminous Matte Beauty blushes. They're going for $49. But honestly, the packaging looks really cute. Like, I'm not somebody who wants to buy it just because it's Gucci, but also the packaging looks really cute. And I don't know, that orangey looking one looks nice, but it is $49. So they coming in 3 shades called Soft Red, True Pink, and Intense Plum. I'm not sure I would classify any of those as correctly labeled, but that's all right. Will I buy one of these? No. Why? Because it's $49, and it's not, even though it's Gucci, it's not a brand that I have tried before to know that I personally like. And it's $49, which is a lot. All right, another high end is Dior. They are releasing their Backstage Rosy Glow Blush in 4 shades for $40, so $9 less than the Gucci. And they are releasing Berry, Cherry, Rosewood, and Mahogany. Again, would I get any of these? No. Honestly, the packaging of this does not appeal to me at all. And neither do the color shades. It's not worth the price, and the packaging just honestly is not cool to me. It just has a much older feel, and it just doesn't appeal. Since we're talking about the higher end stuff, let's talk about Hermes. At least I think that's how it's said, because I don't buy from this brand, even though I really like their purses. Again, don't buy from this brand though. But they are doing a new collection, and it's going to be a Rose Hermes collection for their blush. And I believe there's a few other things being released in this collection that aren't blushes. They've got 3 names I'm not going to try to say, but I will put them all up here. These are $83. Now, I get it. I get it. Hermes comes with a higher price point. I get it. But no, I will not buy that. I just can't. Even if I had the money. Okay. I don't want to say if I had the money I wouldn't, because honestly, for certain products I would. I don't think I would for blushes though. And by certain products, I mean like if I had the money to buy one of their purses, I probably would. But probably only one. Also, no shade to anybody who prefers to buy these higher end brands, like super luxury brands, and really enjoys them and has the money to do it. No shade whatsoever. That's just not my cup of tea at this moment. So since I still am having a little bit of the redness, but it is kind of calming down, I'm going to give my face a few minutes to just continue to calm down before I go and put in my tinted moisturizer. I was going to do foundation, but because of the redness and everything, I want to go with something a little bit more calming. So I will be doing a tinted moisturizer, which is from Studio Makeup. But before we do that, I'm going to talk about a couple more blushes to wait for this to calm down. Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics. It is releasing on May 25th. Some blushes and another product. I don't remember what product it is. I have never owned anything from Jaclyn Hill. Never tried any of her stuff in samples or anything. I don't think she does samples, to be honest. Honestly, nothing that has been out previously has really spoken to me enough to be like, yes, I want to try that. But these blushes actually are calling me. Like, I've been thinking about them. All right, so they're going for only $24 each, which is still a higher end product price, but like, for cosmetics, they're higher end product prices, and I will pay that for theirs. So if it's a company and that does really good quality stuff, it's worth it if you have the money and you want to spend that. But the packaging looks really simple but cute, and I like that. And then the colors actually are drawing me in. So she is releasing 5 shades in her Heat Pop Matte Powder Blush line. We have Pink Pop, Lavender Pop, Peach Pop, Bronze Pop, and Tangerine Pop. Now, I actually kind of want all of them. There is one that I'm like, I can do without, and that is the Pink Pop, just because I don't really do pink ones. But even that one is kind of calling me. But the lavender pop, shockingly, I'm like, oh, it might be time to get a purple blush and try that out. And it's not like too terribly purpley. The peach pop and the bronze pop and the tangerine pop, oh my gosh, they are all speaking to me so much. I kind of want them all. Will I buy any of them? I don't know. I haven't bought from her lines ever, and I'm not sure if this is the time to start or not, but if it is, it might be. It might be. For $24, I might pick one, but that's the problem, is I don't know which one I would pick. And that's probably why I won't buy it, because I'm not going to buy 4 blushes from one line. I'm not going to do that right now. And I don't know which one of the others, which one I would pick. So that's probably why I wouldn't buy it. But those are releasing May 25th. And then I do believe what she's releasing with it is maybe, was it lip glosses? Whatever it is, they also have the same names and similar color shades. All right, then we have P. Louise. I have never tried anything from this brand. This brand tends to do a lot of pinks. And of course, they're releasing a pink looking palette. It is being called My First Blush Palette. It has 8 shades, I believe, and it is for $28. The shades are obviously a little smaller, but you are getting 8 of them. Now, this does not appeal to me at all, because that's just so much pink. Now, people who love pink shades, I could see this being a go-to, but I can't do that. But I wanted to show it because, does it remind you of any other palette? I don't know why, but when I first saw it, it kind of reminded me of the Too Faced heart-shaped palette. I think it had 4 shades in it, and it came with one of my favorite shades. It might have had more shades. I'll have to look it up and see if I can insert a picture. If I find it, hopefully there'll be a picture here. But it kind of reminded me of that, and that's kind of why I put this in here. But for $28, if you like their formula, this is actually a great range of different pinks, and you can mix and match to make the perfect pink for you. All right, so the redness is kind of going down a little bit, not terribly, to be honest. But we're gonna go ahead and actually put on the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Concealer that I have rolled into my current project. It is in the shade 330 Fairlight. And I'm just going to use this to help brighten up under my eyes, because I do get a lot of blue under there, although with this red it's kind of being funky. I'm just gonna put a little bit here, a little bit here, maybe a little here because it's very blue there today. And then I think I'm just gonna do the chin again. I've been doing a little bit on the chin because it's been getting redder, more red lately. I may have put a little too much. Okay, that actually went out, blended out well. So this one kind of dries down really fast. So that's something to keep in mind when using this. But I am enjoying it so far. Does cling to the texture, but that's okay. I have texture, and as long as it's not like really bad, we'll be okay. It did brighten under there really well, so I do enjoy that. I'm appreciative of that. And then I'm going to use my Studio Makeup Tinted Moisturizer. And honestly, that really works with the shade of the concealer. So I'm actually really happy with the way that this underpainting is looking with this tinted moisturizer. Like, I'm not even sure I'll add anything more. We'll see. We'll see once it settles down a little bit. But that concealer with this tinted moisturizer, it's a little bit on the brighter side, but I feel like it actually works really well. Yes, it's clinging a little bit to my texture under my eye, but honestly, I have texture there. It's going to happen. I don't feel like it's making it too intense. To the eyes, I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Mint to Be palette. I'm not sure exactly which colors I'm going to use, but I'm thinking I'm going to use this little one. And then I think I'm going to use Evergreen from the e.l.f. 18 Hit Wonder Pan. That's one that I needed to use, I think, 10 times. So I'm going to use that Evergreen one, and then we'll see if we're using other things as well. I don't know how these are going to look together, but we'll see. We shall see what happens. I'm going to start with the lightest shade in this smaller palette and kind of pack it in all over. That is a very much, has a lot of fallout. It is such a pretty shade though. So back to the blushes. Urban Decay is coming out with Hydromanic Dewy Liquid Blush. 24-hour long-lasting hydration. They're coming out with, their shade names are Drippin', Obsessed, Rebellious, Red Flag, Unhinged, and Wrecked. And these are going to be $22. And they're going to be released on May 28th online. I haven't seen anything that says where else they will be, if they will be anywhere. But honestly, these are kind of intriguing to me. I like the packaging. And the shades look fun. If I was to get them, I would probably do Unhinged or Obsessed, because that's just what's appealing to me. But I think what I most like about this is the packaging. So until I hear some experience or some thoughts on the actual formula, I probably won't buy it. But if I do buy it, it will be one of those two shades. And if I hear some good reviews, then I might go ahead and do it. But I don't know which of the shades I would get is the problem. Then we have e.l.f. We're coming in now with a drugstore one. e.l.f. has, I believe it's out already. I'm pretty sure it's actually been out for a little bit now. They are online only from what I could tell. It is their Halo Glow Beauty Wands. They released the blush ones, I believe bronzer and highlighter ones. But we're talking about the blush today. There are 4 shades. We have Candlelit, Magic Hour, Rosé You Slay, and Berry Radiant. And honestly, for $9, I am most likely going to pick one of these up and give it a shot. I am debating between Candlelit and Magic Hour. I won't buy both. I haven't had the best of luck with like e.l.f.'s blushes before, and honestly, it's been a while since I've bought any of them, so I'm kind of afraid. But I know that they've been releasing a lot of really good things, so I do want to give it a shot. I love the packaging. I love the price. I don't know that I would like the applicator of this one, but I think it's worth trying for $9. Will you pick this one up? Let me know. Then another drugstore is L'Oreal Paris Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear Soft Matte Blush, 4 shades. Fearless Coral, Confident Pink, Legendary Berry, and Daring Rose Wood. Got a lot of these same repeat names. Well, not super repeat. They're not exact copies, but they all kind of, I mean, I guess you can only call pink the pink, right? But the L'Oreal Paris one, is retailing for $15.99. Honestly, for a drugstore blush, I personally think that that's on the high end, and the packaging is not appealing to me, and none of these shades really are calling my name. So I do not see myself reaching, or I don't see myself actually getting any of these. Now, if it ends up being a wonderful formula and they release different shades, then I might. But right now, with these shades that are currently out, the price point and the packaging, none of it really calling my name, I'm not going to be trying this one. But I really do want to know if it's 24 hours. So if you've tried it, which I think they're out, but if you've tried it, or if you do try it, let me know what the shade, let me know if it actually is 24-hour wear. I mean, I think that'd be really cool. Then the last one I'm going to talk about today is actually one I just saw right before I started to film this. And it is Makeup by Mario. That is a higher end brand. I don't think it's considered like a luxury brand, but a higher end brand. And they're releasing soft pop plumping blush veils in the shades Barely Blushing, Pinch Me Pink, Just Peachy, Perfect Pink, Rose Crush, and Berry Punch. These are releasing the 25th for $30. Honestly, I like the simplicity of the packaging, and the shade Just Peachy kind of looks like it's right up my alley. Now, will I buy it? I'm not sure. This would be my very first Makeup by Mario product, so I might. The formula intrigues me. The look of it does intrigue me, but it does look like it's a very soft look with all of their looks, which is good. There's a time and a place for that. But I'm not sure if that's what I'm looking for currently, but it might be nice to have a softer thing in my collection. So if I do get it, it would be the Just Peachy, but I might wait. I don't think I'm going to get it right away. I think it's definitely something that if I get it, it'll be down the road once we've seen some reviews of it, and once maybe on like a holiday sale or something. I don't think I'm going to run out and just snatch it up right now. So it looks like the only thing that I know for sure I want to buy is actually the e.l.f. So drugstore for $9. And then Jaclyn Hill. If I can figure out which shade I actually want, which one shade, because I'm not buying them all, especially not knowing anything about her formulas or anything. If I can figure that out, then I could see myself absolutely getting that pretty quick here. But it's just going to depend on some reviews. Honestly, I would love to be part of the initial group who goes and buys, but the problem is I can't. Until I see it on a couple different people, I cannot do it because I can't pick a shade. Do you have an opinion on which shade for the Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics ones you think looks the best? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you're getting any of these that I talked about today. I would love to know kind of where you like to spend your money. Do you prefer drugstore? Do you prefer high-end? Do you prefer the luxury stuff? One of these days, I would love to try some Gucci stuff, but honestly, it probably won't be for a while. There are so many good brands out there without being luxury that I think that's where I'm mostly going to stay. So I am just kind of working this evergreen color in, and it is kind of hard for me to see because I forgot to put my contacts in before starting this. So I'm having to lean more forward than usual to try to see how this is going. But I am enjoying the way that this is looking, and it's honestly a very, at least to me, and hopefully it's showing up this way to you, it's a very soft look, but clearly a colorful look. I'm just taking what is left in my brush and bringing it up a little bit just to kind of bring some color up here, and doing the same thing here. I don't want too much color up here, of course, but I want a little bit. I don't want just the natural skin color to go from color nothing. I want a gradual thing. There we go. Okay, this actually looks kind of like the sleeves of one of my shirts that I have. Okay, do I want to leave it like this, or do I want to add something else? I think I'm gonna leave it like this because honestly, all I'm doing the rest of today is editing this video, getting it uploaded, making a thumbnail, doing a lot of chores, getting my house set up for some stuff that we've got coming up, and then I have a Walmart pickup later on. So I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Not that you can't put sparkle on if you're just hanging around the house, but I don't feel the need or want to today. I am really enjoying the way that this underpainting is looking, and honestly, I don't think I want to put anything extra on. I think that this is a perfectly soft look. So I think I'm just going to put on mascara, and then we're going to do the lips, and then I'm going to show you how I keep track of my Project Pan progress. For the lips, in my current pan rotation, I have several different lip products. I think for today, I'm going to use one from my Lips Only Project Pan, which is from Honest Beauty in the shade Mulberry. It is a demi matte. I love this color, but this formula, well, it's very nice, it's very messy. I need to start wearing a lip liner with this, because holy moly, is that a mess. It doesn't help also that my lip on this side is giving me some issues today. It's all tingly. It's actually going in between feeling and no feeling. That is due to a dental procedure that happened years and years and years ago. And I'm still dealing with that. All right, let me show you how I am tracking things. Now, you cannot judge me on my writing. If you see it, that is the rule in this place. All right, so for my Level Up Project Pan, what I have been doing is writing out what it is and what my goals are, and then writing it down and marking it off once it's done. So this is the current one. This one was started March 19th. This is the e.l.f. 18 Hit Wonders palette. This is the shades that I have to use 2 times each, and these are the shades that I have to use 10 times each, and I tally mark it, and then once they're done, they're done. So as you can see, I have a lot of tally marks on these, but they're not done. And then I have tally marks on all of these, but only 2? Yeah, only 2 shades are actually done. So that's why I had to push today's video to be something different, because I need to work on this. Then for the other project pan, the deck of panning, I do it really colorful and fun like. So I write the name of what it is, I write when it is rolled in and what the goal is, and then I make boxes, and then I color them in every time I use them, and then I mark once it's done. So this is, I had the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 items were rolled in January, and then February rolled in 2 items, and then March rolled in 2 more items, and then April rolled in 2 more items, and then May we have rolled in 1 item here and 1 item here. And then actually I get to mark a bunch of these with you guys because we just use a lot of these. So let's get to marking. I use the same color for anything I do on the same day. So we use a shade from this palette, so I get to mark that. And you can see that marking right there. And then we use the Ofra highlighter, so I get to mark that one. And then flipping it over, we also use the Iconic London bronzing, so I'm going to get to mark that one. Then, oh, I started this video. I think I have it. I will have it in the starting clip, but I put on the Paris Hilton fragrance. First time for this project, so I get to mark that. And the last item we also used, which was the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Concealer, and it's the first time for this one too, so I get to mark that. It's kind of fun to color in these boxes, to be honest. Okay, so that is how I track that. And as far as the lips only project pan, I was tracking it with tally marks, but then I kind of lost track of that, so I stopped truly tracking that. And I'm now estimating my tracking on that. I might get better on that, but we'll see how that goes. All right, we have talked about blushes, we have done our face, and I am ready to go clean my house. What are you guys doing today? Do you like this look? Do you want to make this look? Any part of this look? Let me know in the comments below what you have going on, what you liked, what blushes that we talked about today you might be picking up. I want to know. I want to know. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for this kind of all over the place video. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it was all over the place. If you did, please give me a thumbs up so I know you like videos like this. We'll call it a chatty get ready with me, maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see. If you are not already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And I will see you all very soon. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye.